Pilates class. Just like to make sure that you know you have enough room around you so that when you move, you're not going to knock anything over, you're not going to hurt yourself, that you're feeling well, and that you're quite confident that all's good. So we're going to start with a nice Pilates posture, feet apart, knees nice and soft. I want you to pull your belly button in as if you're tightening your belt 2 notches. So you just go 1, 2, pull it in, and you lift your ribs. Lift your shoulders up, round and down, and relax. So you take your posture from where you would normally stand to a nice, tall stance. Take a nice deep breath in. Stretch up and breathe out. So we're going to start with some mobility moves just to get us warm. Make sure the back and the joints are all nice and mobile and ready to work safely. I'd like you to bring your arms up to shoulder height. Bring your hands up. And just imagine you have a table tennis ball on your wrist. And you're going to run that table tennis ball along your arm, across your neck, down to the other wrist without dropping your arms. You bend your waist. Breathe in at the side and breathe out, nice and slowly as you travel back. Rolling that table tennis ball across your shoulders. Your knees are soft and your belly button's pulled in. And you're smiling. Good. So it's a nice deep stretch of the waist, and we're just mobilizing the waist. Your arms are working very hard because you're holding them at shoulder height. And those muscles, although the muscles aren't moving, they have to hold the shoulders and the arms in position. And that makes them tired. If you need to release your arms, if you're in any pain, just release it and join back in when you feel better. Breathing nice and deeply as you travel. Breathe in at your destination. Breathing out. And breathing in. We're just going to do 2 more of these, over and back. Very good. Knees are still soft. Breathing nice and deeply. And this is your last one. You feel your arms are getting quite heavy. Be glad of a rest. And across. And back. Bring it back to the center. And just let your arms float down. Oh, that's a relief. Roll the shoulders back. Belly button still tight. Knees still soft. So what we're going to do now is a roll down. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. I want you to roll down toward your feet. But don't push your hips out behind you. If you push your hips out behind you, you can get really low, but you lose a lot of stretch in your back. So keep your hips exactly where they are, belly button pulled in. Take your arms out as if you have a beach ball in front. Don't let your hips push back. And very gently, 1 vertebra at a time, go down towards your feet. Now you're not going to get as far as you would, but you'll get a better stretch in the spine. And then breathe in at the bottom, breathe out, and nice and slowly curl back up. Keeping the legs and the hips just where they are. And reach out, let your arms hang loose, and curl down. Stretching out that spine, feel it in the lower back. It opens the lower back beautifully, releases a lot of tension, and then curl back. Coming up, shoulders back, belly button in, chin up. Drop the chin, and reach out. Breathing out. And you're getting a little bit lower each time you do this, but don't force anything. You work your body just as far as you know it can go. You can encourage it a little further, but never force it. Breathing out. Breathe in and come back. Breathing out. Up, round and down. Now this is the last one, and with this one, as your hands pass your knees, just bend your knees and bring yourself gently to the mat, whichever way is safest for you to reach the floor. Very good. I'll give you a few seconds, get yourself down. And as before, we want to sit like this because it's comfortable, but I want you to lift your shoulders up, round and down, lift your rib cage, pull your belly button in, keep your shoulders back. Cross your legs. naturally come down. Keep your arms up, breathe in, breathe out, and come back. I take it this way, lift up, breathe out, and reach. And you can see how your body naturally goes down as you reach forward, and then nice and gently curl back up. And we're opening up the hips, and the lower back. Belly button's pulled in, so you're working your abdominals, and you get a lovely big stretch along the spine, and your shoulders and arms are working hard because your arms are in the air. If you need to bring the arms down, or if that's too hard, you slide your hands along the floor, giving yourself support, and you slide your hands back. You do lose some of the core work, but it's safer and it's supported. So you can do with the hands on the floor, or you keep the hands raised. Your choice. Always try the harder one first, and if you can do one, that's great. Next week you'll do two. Coming back, nice and tall. And we're just going to do two more of these, and every time you're trying to reach that little bit further, just imagine your winning lottery ticket is on that wall in front, and you're trying to reach it. And this is the last one. Breathing out. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your body up, bring your arms round and down. Put your hands on the floor and just roll your shoulders out. Release the tension. Excellent. Nice and gently release your feet. Bring the legs in front. Now you just roll onto your side. Bring yourself down onto the floor. Feet wide. Hip distance apart, arms by your side, tilt your body down until your lower back is flat against the floor. I want you to imagine you have a big red button that runs along your spine. So just tilt the pelvis down and press that button in 99% of the way. So don't glue your spine to the floor, but very nearly. Arms by the side, nice and gently, thinking of the spine as links in a chain. Lift your tailbone up each single vertebra, lift your hips up into the air, bend here in the middle, and curl down. One vertebra at a time. Now to add to that, as you lift your hips in the air, bring your arms up, breathing in, reach right out, hips right up, breathe out, and curl down, and bring your arms round in a big circle at the same time. Now you don't have to do the arms, you can do just the hips. Do that lovely bridge, curling up. Belly button pulled in, stretch your winning lottery tickets now behind you. And then bring your arms round to the side. Breathing deep. This is a very relaxing movement. Breathing in and lift up. Bend in the middle and slowly curl down. And your hips touch the floor when your hands reach the side. So you time it lovely. Stretching up. And round. Take your time. Feel each vertebra as you pass it. Don't arch your back. Don't miss any of those little vertebrae. Just lift it up. Nice stretch. You find your feet sometimes slip away because your body cheats and moves about to make it easier on itself. If your feet are slipping away, just bring them back in. Do two more. Nice big stretch. And round. And the last one, make it your best one. Breathing in and lift. Breathe out. And bring your hands behind your knees. Hug your knees into your chest and just rock that out. Put your hands behind your knees to keep the blood vessels open. If you hug it here, it's just too tight and it nips some of the little blood vessels. So put the hands behind the knees and you get a better blood flow through the legs. Nice little rock. And bring your feet down one at a time. No rush. And take your feet out a step. Now I have two options here. If you're an absolute beginner at abdominal work, which is what we're working on now, this is your option. Imagine you have a tennis ball under your chin, so keep your tennis ball held. Hands beside the thighs, slide your shoulders up, look through your knees, and then come back down. Don't let your chin lift, don't lose your tennis ball. Just slide up and back down. If you're feeling more confident, keep your hands on the sides of the legs and just slide up. Just to touch your knees, no further, and then slide back down. Keep your elbows straight. You don't want to sit the whole way up. You just want to come up, touch the side of the knees, and come back down. And just breathing out. Breathe in and breathe out. So remember, you don't need to sit the whole way up, but you do need to keep your tennis ball under your chin. Your abdominals pull up. You can hear in my voice as I'm coming up that there is quite an effort in that. Keep that big button pressed down as you come back onto the floor. Don't arch your back. You curl your spine. Feel the button and curl it down. Just do a few more of these. You can, if you're at home, put your feet under the sofa or a chair to give your feet a bit of support. And that will help you. It's just a matter of getting these muscles stronger and for them to realise what it is they're expected to do. Last two, breathing out. Coming back down. And last one. No chins lifting, no backs arching, everything's safe. Roll on down, bring those legs in, hands behind the knees. Very good. Just give it a little rock. Remember, you take a break when you need a break. If anything's too difficult for you, just take it easy. You can have a rest at any time and don't do anything that's causing you real pain. Encourage your muscles to work again, as I said at the start, but don't force them. Bring the feet down one at a time. Drop your knees toward me, your arms too, and then just roll onto your side. It's a nice safe way to roll. You're going to be on your side now. Use the line of your mat, if you're on a mat, as a guide. I want you to be nice and straight. So I don't want to see corner to corner. You're not in a diagonal on your mat. Nice and straight. As if you were standing up but lying down, if you know what I mean. So bring your hand forward, lean on that hand. So you tilt it forward a little, there's weight on that hand. I want you to lift both legs in the air. And from there, just lift the top leg up. And bring it back. Now make sure you're slightly forward, belly button pulled in, and you're resting on that hand. There's weight on that hand. You're on your wobble point of your hip, where you would fall over if you took your hand away. Breathing nice and deeply. Very good. Now if you need to put that other leg on the floor, that's fine. You can. Keep it up if you can. Now just imagine you have a glass of water balanced on your hip. So if you lean back, your glass of water falls off, and if you go too far forward, your glass of water falls off. Just keep it balanced. Strong arm, strong leg, and you're feeling this in the hip and round toward the small of the back, round the side, all around that sciatic area, and your belly button's still pulled in. Gravity's trying very hard to pull it to the side. You keep it pulled in. Shouldn't be able to lift it terribly high. If you can lift it way up in the air, just roll yourself forward a tiny bit more. Your hip should lock and stop you lifting it very high. This one gets quite uncomfortable, so you can take a break at any time. And we're just going to do 3 more on this side. Very good. And 1 more. Bring that top leg over, release the hip, and then release the arm, which should have been working quite hard because it was pressing into the mat. Well done. As soon as you bring your leg in front, that all releases. You feel much better. And then you press up nice and gently, take your time. I'm just going to flip over, and we're going to do the other side. off at all. So get that body nice and straight. Push your feet back a little, so nice and flush. Roll forward till you're resting on that hand, belly button pulled in. And again, lift both legs. If you can't lift the bottom leg, don't worry. If it needs to rest, that's fine. Everybody's at a different level of fitness, and some people are new to Pilates. Some people have been doing it for ages. Don't let anything put you off. Every day you do this, you get better and you get stronger. Lift it up and bring it back. Just rolling forward slightly, belly button pulled in. And you can see it's nice and controlled. And pushing down on that arm, so you're getting good weight bearing on that arm. Weight bearing exercise is what protects your bones, helps prevent osteoporosis. As you get older, your bones can fill with little air bubbles like an aero bar, and then they start to crumble. So weight bearing exercise helps get rid of those bubbles or prevent those bubbles even forming, and that's where this comes in on the arm. You're doing really well. We're almost there for this leg. My little banner behind me isn't happy at all, but we won't let that stop us. And we'll just do 3 more on this leg. 2 to go. And last one. Bring that down, bring the top leg over and relax. Quite tiring. So the next one we're going to do is on your front. So we'll move round onto your hands and knees. Okay, so we're here. Now this is a balance exercise, and it can sometimes take a bit of practice. I want you to imagine you have a big glass of water in the small of your back. We use glasses of water a lot in this class. So you balance the water. If you roll your hips to the side at all, it falls off. I want you to lift opposite arm and leg as if they're little aeroplanes on a runway. So you take your palm and your foot opposites, slide it along the runway. It will naturally take off. Lift the foot to hip height and the arm to shoulder height. Bring it back down to the runway and then slide it back in to the airport. Try the other side, slide it along the runway. Make sure you lift that up, bring it down and back in. Now this is not about how high you can get your arm or leg. It should only go to shoulder height and hip height. That's as far as you need to go. It's all about keeping that glass of water balanced on your spine. So don't turn or tilt your body to get your leg and arm out. Hold it steady. Belly button pulled up, of course. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And we just keep that going. The glass of water stays balanced on your spine. Your eyes stay on the mat, so don't lift your chin. I turn my head so that I can see you. You keep your eyes on the mat, so you don't involve your neck. Sliding along the runway. going to try and press up. But again, I'm going to give you an option, so don't panic. We've moved from child resting pose. Option 1, if you're a beginner or if you have trouble with your wrists or your knees, is to come up. Bring your back up. Don't stop there in a box. You slide your legs out so your back is like a ski slope. Your little skier can slide from your neck right down the backs of your knees. Then you bend your elbows, straighten your elbows, and come back. Don't drop your hips. Don't drop your body onto the floor. Your other option is to come over, get your ski slope back, hold it there, and then come back. You don't have to do the press up. You can just take it to a half plank. Then again, if you can, you come up, straighten the hips, don't drop them, keep them up, bend the elbows, straighten the elbows, and then come back. Again, we're into strength and mobility. Breathing out. Don't worry too much about the breathing in this one because there's a lot of movement here. As long as you're breathing nice and deeply, I'm actually quite happy. Just nice slow breaths. Over the heels, the knees and the feet and the hands, just stay where they are. Stretch out. Bend the elbows. Straighten the elbows and come back. We're going to do a few more of those. Onto your side. That body nice and long and straight again. Use the front edge of your mat. Don't go diagonal, not corner to corner. A nice straight line. Forward again. Onto that wobble point where you have to put the hand down to hold you in place. Belly button pulled in. Again, lifting both legs if you can. One leg can go back to the floor. This time, I want you to paint a little rainbow with your foot. So come up, tap, down, up, and tap behind. Now your glass of water is now on your hip, so don't roll forward and don't roll back. Keep it exactly in the centre, glass of water on the hip. It doesn't matter if your foot doesn't reach the floor. You're aiming for that. A nice little rainbow over and a rainbow back. Breathing deeply as you go. Breathe in. As you move, you breathe out. You breathe in at the other side. And you breathe out. And you breathe in. Don't get tied up in the breathing again. Keep that bottom leg up or rest it on the floor if you need to. This is for hip mobility and into the glutes. Those big muscles down the when you bring that leg in front, that the arm presses down harder than when you take the leg back. And that's the body just adjusting your weight and balance. And it does that automatically. It's fantastic how the body works. All these little procedures that we're not even aware of. But it does try to cheat. So keep that hip where it is. Belly button pulled in. This leg, keep that knee straight, relax your head, and breathe. Just 2 more. Bring it forward and down. Release the arm. Give it a little shake. Very well done. So just bring yourself back up and roll on to your hands and knees. And we're going to curl the spine up, looking through your knees. And then nice and slowly from the tailbone, 1 vertebra at a time, dip the spine down. And just look in front. Gently bring your head down. Curl the spine up. Look through your knees. And curl the spine back down. Nice little cat curls. Keep the belly button pulled in as you go up. And keep it in as you go down. Lovely. Keep that going. Very controlled, nice and slow, really stretching out that spine. Just 1 more, up and down. Stretch back of your heels into giant resting pose. Nice and gently bring your hands in beside your knees. Keep your eyes on the floor. Push back onto your feet. And very, very gently curl up. Let your arms hang loose. Come past your shins, your knees, your thighs. When you reach your hips, tuck them under. Up through the spine. Shoulders up, round, down, and lift your chin. So breathing in, lift up. Keep your chin up. Imagine you're sitting in the world's smallest. And as you breathe out, just bend your knees as if you're sitting in the world's smallest chair. Keep your chin up. Breathe in again.